So what's the difference between the Templar Knights, the Knights Hospitaller, and the Teutonic Knights? All three religious orders were the holy bad boys of the Crusades, combining the life of the monk with that of a warrior, and they played a crucial role in protecting Christian pilgrims, defending the Holy Land, and most importantly, spanking the infidel. The first of the three orders to form was the Hospitallers, who actually started out not stabbing people. Their origins date to a hospital in Jerusalem devoted to St. John the Baptist, founded by Italian merchants in the mid to late 11th century to care for Christian pilgrims, which after the First Crusade and conquest of Jerusalem in 1099, it rapidly grew in importance. As the Order of the Hospital of St. John, or the Hospitallers for short, they looked across the road and saw the Templars having far too much fun swinging their swords at the non-believers and wanted in on the action, where they soon turned to armed ventures beyond their initial medical services. Enter Hugh de Paynes, a French knight who in 1119, inspired by the charitable work of the Hospitallers, also wanted to help the pilgrims, but with what he knew best: violence. He leads a small group of knights to defend Christian pilgrims making the dangerous route of the Holy Land's version of the M25 from Jaffa to Jerusalem, which was regularly patrolled by bandits and highwaymen. Hugh's exploits earn him clout from the big men in Jerusalem, where his team soon gets recognised as a spiritual order, as well as being given headquarters near the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is associated with the Temple of Solomon, where they get their name from as poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, or Knights Templar for short. They took vows of chastity, poverty and obedience, devoting their life to God like monks, and they also combined this with the ideals of knighthood, aiming to defend the Holy Land against the Saracens. While the Templars started off as absolute povos, relying only on donations as emphasised by their emblem, which was two knights riding only one horse, they soon became absolutely minted, with Europeans learning about their great deeds and absolutely throwing money and land at them in order to support the war in the Holy Land. The virtues shown by the Templars were praised as they were said to be true knights of Christ, fighting the battles of the Lord and assured of glorious martyrdom should they fall and die in battle, which exemplified the Crusader ideology, which soon inspired the Hospitallers to draw their swords in around 1130. In 1190, during the siege of Acre in the Third Crusade, the Germans decided they wanted in on some of this holy action and were like, hold my bratwurst, setting up a field hospital during the siege and then taking over one inside the city, being recognised by the Pope 9 years later as a knightly order. They were known as the Order of Brothers of the German house St. Mary in Jerusalem, or the Teutonic Knights for short, getting their name from the Latin version of that, which contains Teuto Corinum, something like that, which recognises their German roots. Fashion was of course as important in the Holy Land, and it gave us the ability to distinguish between the three. The Hospitallers often wearing black with white crosses, or red with white crosses, the Templars white with red crosses, and the Teutonic Knights